evolved.
Will now be recorded.
Okay, so how the success factor system has evolved from where it has come up, and then what exactly it is going to cater to the customers. It's something which you need to understand basically. Okay, so I have total years of 15 plus years of experience in this, and I've been training people for a long time. Took a little bit of gaps in between, like 2 to 3 years, but I'm a seasonal kind of trainer. Starting with the first slide, I will tell you what is the agenda we're gonna cover. We're gonna cover modules that are gonna, I mean, basically success factors is a suite, or I would say ERP package, or HR application, end-to-end HR application. You call it anything, but at the end, it serves the purpose of an HR department or human capital department, or you call it human experience or human capital management, HRM. Basically, all the HR activities you can do it in SuccessFactors. So that's how, and I cannot say it ERP because ERP has complete different modules as well, including materials, sales, distribution, and everything. But here, SuccessFactors is specifically made for HR. Okay, so in SuccessFactors, there are different parts of it. How that how that is used, you know, basically from recruitment, onboarding till employee trainings in LMS, data management of employee master data. That's everything is covered in success factors. But what our training will do is what we're going to speak in this particular demo. And then what is a course, what is actually a success factors application is, and what is the architecture of success factors. These are the topics we're going to have. And quickly moving to the next. So very quite older terms I used here, but anyway, the topic will be new. So introduction to success factors is one of the topics that we're gonna see in the course. So you'll understand on a whole what success factor system is, and what all the modules and specifications that it has. So that is the first topic we will discuss in the course once it starts. And then employee central, what exactly employee central does, and then position management and analytics and reporting. So employee central is one of the modules of success factors. I will tell you how do we cover it. Okay, at the end of the course you will be able to understand what the whole story is behind success factors, and how it is a market leader, and why, and what is the major part of it, and what is the niche skills of it, or whatever the modules that it caters. How are we going to look at it from a perspective of business and everything. So the you'll be able to visualize what this particular product can do for a business, for an enterprise, specifically with human capital. So, and you will also be able to work independently without any help. You will be given the tools and documents that are needed for a person to do a job in success factors specifically. And you will also be able to configure the EC module, which is called Employee Central. And you will also have a great visibility on how to use the reporting in success factors. So at the end, if you don't generate any reports for the business or for the leaders, then an application or ID is of no use. Who can get trained? So basically, I the target audience is everyone, because nowadays it depends on how you learn and how you are taught about an application. So I treat this as a common to everyone. I don't want to get into more details of it, but yes, anyone can learn it. So let's start with the definition or introduction of success factors. So what exactly is this success factors all about? So success factors is nothing but it's a cloud-based HR solution that can give benefits to all to all HR related needs. it will definitely help, and it will help, and it is helping a lot of large organizations, mid-sized organizations, to ensure that they run the business processes on HRM, like human resources, whatever it may be it from recruitment to onboarding to managing the employee data, making employee actives, and pushing the data to certain applications. Everything related to HR, it is really helpful, and it is helping a lot of organizations in the market, be it any industry, be it manufacturing, be it education, be it science and technology, or anything like advertising companies, firms like consulting. Everywhere this particular software can be used, this application can be used, and it always matches the requirement, and it is very flexible to tweak the configurations or configure the system in such a way that it will be used as per the business needs. So that is how I could say what success factors is all about. It is similar, and it also have competitors in the market like Workday and Oracle Fusion, and then you also have Ramco, you also have lot of other applications, cloud applications, but this is one of the leaders, I would say, in terms of giving giving the facilities, or giving the meeting the needs of enterprise through HR. We can integrate a lot of other applications as well to get the data of employee, so that it can be anything. The other applications can be anything: payroll application, you take it; time application, you can take it; you take it shift scheduling, or finance system where you have to get payments, concur like expense systems, benefit systems, insurance, all sort of things. Government agencies for tax processing, connecting it to 401k or kind of thing for US. So a lot of things can be done because it is made to do that. How it all started is, it's a kind of big fish eating small fish. So often you can see in the market, companies buy other small companies. So if I keep success factors aside, what was there before success factors is one of the major IT service provider, I would say, SAP ERP, basically in enterprise resource planning, I know kind of area, or ERP, majorly in a ERP market. SAP and Oracle were the major players. So SAP, what they did, they had this on-premise solution called HCM, SAP HR, and they used to use that at, at you know as a kind of ERP. It not only had SAP HCM capabilities, but also had lot of other capabilities like material management, sales and distribution, warehouse management, uh, kind of production planning, finance, controlling, accounts receivable, everything. So it was a huge package where people has to invest in the ERP and then implement it module by module, or at once, at any given point of time. At the end, they used to take the SAP licenses, get it installed, get it configured from the consulting companies, and use it. The shift happened. I mean, this is all about somewhere before in 84 and 1984 onwards, I would say. This particular ERP application was there in the market, and it has taken many years. It led the market until the cloud and the cloud technologies came into I would say information technology. So everyone got moved to cloud. So when cloud servers started booming in the market, that's when cloud applications also started coming in. Like earlier, you might have installed the Yahoo Messenger on your desktop, and then you used to chat with the people. Then what it is, then it went off. Basically everything came onto the cloud. If you see Google Chat, then you got Google Chat, you have gmail.com, where you don't need to go and install it on your system. You can just open the browser, have a gmail.com as a URL, hit it, and then you'll open the application, which is any email where you receive all the emails, attachments. You can store photos. So it's a space that you are creating on a cloud server. You are able to access it anywhere from the world. You just need an high speed internet. So in the same fashion, those are small applications, be it your application for calendar, your messaging, your uh, social networking, all those things. But at the end, business also needs that kind of applications. That's where things like success factors came into the market, and they have started providing business some applications in the cloud where they just have to go log in and use it. Okay, so that's where success factors came in, and it was booming in talent modules specifically, which was a gap in the market. People did not had any fancy recruitment or onboarding kind of functionalities, LMS kind of functionalities. So what they did, they developed applications on talent modules. Whereas SAP HCM, they are very strong in the core, like managing the data, running the payroll, time aspects, and everything. So that's where they saw the gap, and they were able to capture the market very easily. But that was not digested by the majority of the giants like SAP, Oracle. So what SAP did, SAP bought success factors, and they ensured that that will be developed as per their roadmap to cater their customers. So they had their customers as well as SF customers. So both got merged, and now they are marketing only success factors as a HR application in the place of SAP HCM. Their enterprise suite is already there, but in parallel they have, if someone wants to run HR processes, they will only recommend success factors, and it's a SaaS solution. Any questions, Sherry, till now?
No, no questions.
Okay, and it's a SaaS solution. SaaS, nothing but software as a service. So basically you log into the URL that is provided to you by SuccessFactors. You enter the data, you get the reports, you process all the things, process salary, every damn thing you do it from HR processes perspective. The day you don't want this software, they will stop the access. That's it. They will give you your data, and then they will be stopping your access. So it's so simple from perspective of application and working. But in the back end, it's a huge investment for any company. And how are they, these applications are given to you? They are hosted on data centers. So you know about data centers, right? Any idea on
Mm.
it?
It's where we save the data,
Yeah.
large amounts of data.
Basically, not just save the data, save the application, host the application, be it anything. Even if you want to build an application by your own, you should have some kind of a space in the cloud which will be used for building your application. So normally, that things are hosted by service providers, people who create those data centers. So SuccessFactors also had data centers which with the naming convention of DC10, DC30, DC40, DC50, and they are in different locations: Amsterdam, say Sydney, or China, or India. Quite a lot of locations. It is just to ensure that the software, servers, and everything are not at the customer. So customer cannot have a dedicated space, a dedicated team, a dedicated hardware, network, and licenses to manage a particular product. Earlier, SAP HCM used to be installed on the premise of customer. There used to be big servers bought from HP, IBM, and then they used to install all the SAP software and then connect it to the internet and provide the connections. Lot of things. Now it's so simple. You pay the money, you get a link, user ID, password. That's it. How are these managed? A simple example of data center is this. This means it's not just one company like Reliance or Tata. It's any company like Walmart, Costco, Starbucks. You take huge manufacturing companies like Godrej, manufacturing companies outside of India, retail companies like Amazon, Alibaba. All these things, all these people have their applications on cloud, sitting somewhere in this kind of rooms, in this kind of facilities, cooled completely, managed with certain licenses, huge hardware. You're just logging into one of those servers, you're looking at the screen. Even your gmail.com, Google has their data centers posted like this in somewhere in the jungles of Africa, or might be jungles of somewhere in a deserts facilities where the land is cheap. They just build huge warehouses, build this kind of things, and keep the facility running. It just have to connect with the world through internet. That's it. That's the data center. You build an application, you have an idea, you're gonna create an app on the Android platform. You do just code it on your laptop, but all code is being hosted in one of the servers like this. That's the beauty of data center. And how are they able to cater to so many people in one place? It's because of a concept called multi-tenanted architecture. So this is a concept where it's nothing but your uh, buildings nowadays. Earlier, during our childhood, we used to have individual homes. I used to have my home, four walls, a huge home, or two-storied home, or one-storied home, but everything is ours. Back to uh, you know, for fast forward these days, I would say, back in the days, that was the way we used to live. But now, if you see, it's clustered. It's completely a big building divided into 100 flats, 200 flats, or based on the capacity, and everyone has their own lock and key. They can go enter into their 2 BHK home, 1 BHK home based on their budget. They get that particular space and they use it. And it's a kind of uh, tenancy that you have, where you have multiple tenants residing in one place, having ownership to their piece of space. So the same thing, a huge data center is divided into servers, and each server will have huge data storages. One of those storages are dedicated to you, and your application is running on that. So you get your key, username, password, and you log into that particular tenant. So that's called multi-tenant. Why success factors? What are the benefits of installing it or using it? So earlier you need to have, like I said, you need to have license, hardware, space, team, and then network. Everything is a cost. You just have to replace everything with one cost, which is an implementation cost, with the subscription fees. And high speed internet is the basic need of every company. You don't need to invest specifically for success factors. It's normal internet. One you get take 220 mbps, 30 mbps, it will work. So no hardware, no maintenance required. Every year you get upgrades. No, you don't need to do. Your base system will be sitting there, your admin team will be sitting there, your IT will be sitting there, antivirus, all those things are taken care. Subscription based, no licensing. No one is going to ask, hey, your license is going to expire and we're gonna stop your connection. Multi-tenanted, where you will be able to have capability of great performance and stability. I would say you are using this computer of 1 terabyte and let's say 16 GB RAM. Let's say that's one that has some speed of 30 Mbps. What if you have a 100 terabyte of hard disk supporting a RAM of 1 terabyte? So 1 terabyte speed and then storage, that kind of capability and that kind of performance will be totally different of what you see in the individual servers. So club all the servers into one place, and you get the performance of huge infrastructure, and you can access it from any location. And now the success factors is done. A standard release mechanism is there. That release means the system is upgraded continuously every 6 months. So you don't need to worry about what needs to be upgraded or what not. Any questions on it?
Mm, no. When they upgrade, does
Hmm.
it also reflect in the client side when we have
Yes.
um, okay, it's all
So
reflect.
everything is reflected. So you get a 3 months notice that these are the features that are getting upgraded. So you get a chance to tell to the customer that, hey, your system is getting upgraded these ways. You might have to change your ways of working. You might have to change your SOPs, all those kind of things, and you will do the testing. So majorly now, the upgrades are very minor. No major upgrades are happening. Might be like UI here and there, making it beautifying. That's kind of things. But features like, if there is any cost changes for an employee, labor
Mhm.
cost changes, labor rates, minimum wages, taxes, benefits, um, any functionality based on HR, those things are getting upgraded. So those are any improvements that are provided by customers. Again, customer will tell, okay, this is a very basic thing to have this kind of functionalities. Then you go and create an enhancement request with the company like SAP, who is a parent of SuccessFactors. So they will plan it accordingly so that it will fall in one of the 6 months or biannually upgrades.
Okay. Okay.
Other ways of having softwares, why I tell all this to students is they should not be confined to only success factors, because earlier it was like that, because you had every module in SAP: finance, uh, finance controlling, material management, production planning, warehouse management, sales and distribution, marketing, MM, and all the stuff, BI, BW, everything was connected internally. You don't need to connect one module to another module. It's just a checkbox or a small table update will connect these things, and the data is flowing from here to there. But now everything is getting specialized. So HR has success factors. Competitors are Workday, Microsoft, Oracle. Whereas in finance, you have different things. Oracle has its, but even in SAP, it is kept separate. SuccessFactors doesn't have finance.
Okay.
SuccessFactors is only HR application. For finance, you'll have to have S4 HANA, SAP S4 HANA. For material management, and if you want anything that to be on the cloud, from sales and distribution or in that kind of modules, you have Salesforce, you have Ariba, SAP Ariba, which is again SAP's products. So SAP has Ariba for downstream and upstream kind of functionalities. Specifically, it is used for what do you say, customer engagement. Then you have success factors for HR, S4 HANA HCM with S4 HANA solutions for business partner and other modules. And also you have field glass for concurrent employment. And then you have Qualtrics for experience management. So SAP has broken its suite or its ERP into multiple cloud applications connecting each other. So they have their own BTP, which is nothing but integration platform. Now, if you say the first one here is integration platform as a service, iPaaS. What we have seen success factors is a SaaS. It
Yeah.
is iPaaS. iPaaS means again a similar kind of application which will integrate one system with other system. So this is separate license. Application platform as a service where you can develop your application. This is another license. So the whole world has divided these particular applications into small pieces and started connecting to them. So that's where you get to know integration platform, application platform when you work with success factors. That's why I give this idea. Then what are the modules that we have with success factors? So on the screen, if you see, employee central is the core, where you have things like employee address, employee details, employment details, personal information, dependent information, every information of an employee. We normally used to collect as an employee file. We used to give 3 to 4 pages documentation forms. They used to fill it, then we keep it in the employee file. That's nothing but your employee center. The data is fed into the system with a lot of validations, workflows, approvals, and everything. So earlier it was manual. and then now it is completely digitized.
Mm.
Whatever you do, you should have an employee data. Over and above it, you have goals. What are the goals that an employee can have working with the company? How is the performance of that employee? Performance management, goals management. These both are called PMGM. Recruiting. How do you recruit an employee? Onboarding. How do you onboard an employee? LMS. Trainings. Industry mandatory trainings, IT mandatory trainings. Succession. Who will take the next position, promotions, those things. Compensation. How much employee is paid, what kind of allowances is given, overtime, and all those stuff. Jam and analytics, I will not talk about because these are all gone. Jam is gone. Analytics is like your reporting and analytics that we can see. So whenever you see success factors, it's as a suit. It's not a whole package. You pay license for recruiting, you can take it and or run it. You can take only onboarding and recruiting. You can take only employee central. I've seen customers only having employee central, customers having only PMGM and recruitment. So, there are certain customers are having only compensation. So there are a lot of things. So they have broken everything into bits and pieces, and so that at the end they can cater to what is needed rather than giving just whole package and then asking them to use only few of the things.
Mm.
So that's how the suit is made up of. The complete success factor suit is made up of. That's why we call it as business execution suit. So all these fancy words, you'll just have to hear it once and keep it in your mind. Some people speak this language so that you will understand it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is just a slide where I can still show that you have core HR, employee central payroll, talent management modules as separate, recruitment, onboarding. All the others are talent management modules. And then performance and rewards, analytics. So everything is available.
So in the previous slide, I was seeing that compensation, recruiting, PNGM, everything is also coming under Employee Central.
Not coming under, it's basically divided. Like, see, the blue color is what they call it as when employee comes into the system
Okay.
to bring into the system. And these are goals and performance kept separate because it's all performance management again, goals and
That's
performance management.
is
So
that another?
they, yeah, it's not basically separate, but at the end, uh, these all are individual modules. All of these things can be run without employee central or with employee central. That's why employee central is having an underlying database kind of visual
Yeah.
visibility or visualization here. Basically it's made to look like the core of employees is their data. If you
Okay.
don't have the data, you will
Mhm.
not you'll not have an data sync between these two. So even the internal employee can go into the recruitment site and apply. So you have both. It's very easy. You can have a different application for employee central, for employee data management, and connect it to recruitment directly. So basically, it's a package. You choose what you want,
Okay.
and everything has a different licensing. Uh, Employee central has different licensing, like on active number of employees. The data management that you're doing for active number of employees, number of employee bunch. That payroll, you don't have payroll here, but I will update the slide. EC payroll is one of employee central payroll is one of the modules that has been introduced very recently, not more than 5 6 years ago. Not even that, I would say, but even before that. But those functionalities are there along with embedded into employee central. That's why it's called employee central payroll. So they have different way of licensing number of pay slips and number of employee bunches. So that's how the suit is been made of. Deployment models, like I said, you can choose the package. You already have SAP, and you want to go full cloud with HR only, then HR will be go on cloud, and then you'll connect it to other modules through integration. This is a major uh, deployment model that is being used. Whereas talent hybrid, you just want recruitment and onboarding to be run in success factors and then move the data to ERP, SAP, old version. You don't want to leave it. You can have multiple companies in the same enterprise, multiple subsidiaries with multiple ways of working, so you can have it. So it is just to show that how flexible it is. And as a consultant, tomorrow when someone comes and asks you how do they strategize their landscape, or how do they strategize their deployment, then you can show that there are lot of different deployment models. You can choose anyone.
Okay.
How is this implemented? So implementation methodology is different. uh, okay, just give me a minute of getting call.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I got a call. So that's on methodology. Okay, so I did not start, right? So how do you strategize, or how do you implement success factors? Is there is a pre-delivered way of doing it? How do you do it in three, four phases: prepare, explore, realize, and deploy. And it has a Scrum or Agile way of doing it in realize phase, where you can do a preparation phase where you have to prepare and complete analysis, or you need to ensure that you get a lot of requirements and everything in prepare phase. You have to prepare the team, licensing, all those things you can do. And then you can have initial system as well, like there will be a demo system provided by success factors, which will be used for showing how the system looks like and everything. Once you show that, once you go, then you go into the explore phase, where you will be having solution validation, requirement gathering, gap analysis, where your gap will be closed and or kept it open until you go with a different way of doing it. And then configuring the particular system, like development system, quality system. Once you're done that, once you can one by one release those functionalities. First of all, if you want to release onboarding, and then process will be like doing it one particular process at once, show it, walk through with the client, If it is not up to the mark, then you do a sprint. Major timeline will be different, sprint timeline will be different. The timeline goes on, and then improvements goes on. At the end, you test it, do a data migration, and then move it to deploy phase, where you will do all the cutover activities from development quality to production, and the production system will be up and running once you go live. But this is recommended way of doing it. How do you tweak this particular methodology, these processes? You want to do five phases, you want to do a same methodology multiple times throughout 5 years plan, implement it yearly in 2 years or 1 year, 6 months, depends how you define it. You can tailor it. Okay, basically that's an implementation methodology. Okay, yeah, 1 second, I got a call again. Got disappeared again. That's the last slide, but what are the modules that I'm gonna teach you is basically with the core module Employee Central. Before that, we will give you a lot of process knowledge, how actual success fact without success factors, how you run the HR processes, and with success factors how you run it. What is the major difference? What is that it can be done on paper, can be made it paperless, automated, with approvals, with digitized approval processes, all those things. So before you get into actual system configuration, you should understand the actual HR processes, what an because everyone is an employee. Whoever has worked, or whoever has seen their parents working, you know the employee side of it. Employee goes, joins, gets paid monthly. They go daily attendance, daily absences, leaves, annual bonus, payments, deductions, retirement, PF, everything you know. But when you bring it into a process and run it, how it
Okay.
looks, that you need to understand before you get into the system. Once you get into the system, then we teach you on employee center. Oh, what is the topics like employee data, people profile, business rules, workflows, settings, and everything. These are the things that we're going to cover. Apart from this, I will be complimentary giving you the reporting kind of functionality training, which will ensure that you will be well versed with reporting for each of the modules, all the other modules. You know the way how to do it. You just have to ensure that you cater to the or you fulfill the requirement of reporting, how the reports are generated and everything. Rest of the modules like goals and performance, onboarding, recruitment, these are all separately charged. That will be taken care differently. Okay.
Okay. And what will be the duration of this course if it is Employee
It
Central?
depends. For Employee Central, I take 45 days, basically 45 to 60 hours, between 45 to 60 hours or 50 to 60 hours. It goes beyond that as well, based on the students' way of grasping it. They have more questions, it stretches out. If
Yeah.
not, then it ends up there by at least 60 days. And after 60 days, you will be given how do you prepare your resume, how you prepare your interviews and everything.
Okay. And if I want to extend to another module after Employee Central, is that possible?
Yeah, yeah, it's always possible.
Okay.
You can talk to the training institute, and then you can get it.
Okay.
They will negotiate. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking it would be nice for me to start with Employee Central and then maybe move to payroll if that is possible. So
Hmm.
Is that possible, or should I go through also the goals and performance and onboarding and
So
then
you
move?
can choose. See, you don't need to go into a lot of modules because you will be again scattered. You if you learn Employee Central, and I will tell you a way how you gain the knowledge of other modules as well. Gaining knowledge and having hands-on experience is different. Specializing yourself is different. So I would suggest to specialize yourself in couple of modules, not more than that, and
Yeah.
have a knowledge of other modules so that if there is any impact on your module with them, you will
Mhm.
always be having the flag, or you will
Yeah.
be having the particular know how to go and speak to them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. One more question. Is there what time will be these courses?
I
Uh,
have not yet decided. It depends on number of students and the timing, how it matches. But
o-
definitely not in the no. It might be. I don't know. It depends on time zone. We'll figure it out.
okay. Okay. So if it is, I mean,